Hello and welcome to the Finance Quarter. I'm Andrew Robertson. On the program today, how a shareholder agreement can stop that small business dream turning into a nightmare, and will the reforms to the financial planning industry make us better off? Even the industry itself is divided. But first today, self-managed superannuation. It's the fastest growing sector of an industry that's now worth well over $1 trillion. Self-managed super is now a big industry in its own right, accounting for over 1/3 of that huge pile of money. It's now so large that many experts worry that any serious hiccup with self-managed super could be a threat to the whole economy. As leaders of the superannuation industry gathered in Sydney, the man who conducted the government's review of their sector was there to listen. But the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia is concerned that the Cooper Review's focus was primarily on the large regulated funds and not self-managed super.
There is $1.1 trillion. 2/3 are regulated, 1/3 is not regulated, and we must make sure that the levers across the whole of the $1.1 trillion drive those public policy outcomes.
Self-managed superannuation is now the biggest segment of the super industry. There are nearly 500,000 funds with a total balance of just under $400 billion. Pauline Varmos says because of its size, the risks involved with self-managed super now have implications for the whole economy.
If you've got that level of risk being borne by people who now manage 1/3 of the retirement income system, do we have a risk here that is tolerable?
The risks around self-managed super have been highlighted again in the collapse of Trio Capital, where there are now calls for a compensation fund to be established along the lines of the one already in existence for big regulated funds. Pauline Varmos, who represents those big funds, thinks a better way of providing a safety net, though, for self-managed super is to compel them to take a different approach to investing.
I think one of the ways we can get a safety net is either start looking at a minimum before you move into a self-managed fund. Another way is to look at mandatory diversification.